Can't remember what happens on Wednesday. Monday, no. Tuesday, no. Hello out there. This is the Great Big Picture Show. I'm Spencer Howard Belden. It is Wednesday. That means it's time for the super great at-home movie time. The super great at-home movie time. The super great at-home movie time. Super Great At-Home Movie Time is my weekly video series where I recommend a movie for you to watch in the comfort of your home, as opposed to picking a second mortgage for your house to go to the movies. It's so expensive. Ugh. And this week I'm going to pick the nice, sweet little movie Mississippi Grind, which you can find at Redbox for how much you say? How much you say? Now, Mississippi Grind stars Ben Mendelsohn and Ryan Reynolds as the main characters, and it comes from the people who made Half Nelson, which really propelled Ryan Gosling into the stratosphere of, man, this fella can really act. Here we're shifting gears. That movie spent a lot of time discussing addiction. You could almost argue this movie kind of discusses the same thing, where we have Ben Mendelsohn's main character is clearly a guy down on his luck and very, very addicted and interested in gambling. We're meeting him at a time where he's just not satisfied and he owes everybody money, and he ends up playing poker somewhere and bumping into Ryan Reynolds. They eventually become connected, end up meeting one another through circumstances, really enjoying one another, and end up deciding on going on a sort of road trip that ends up being something more for Ben Mendelsohn's character that he needs in his life. And with this trip, they intend to gamble the entire time to try and cover Ben Mendelsohn's debts, because he's convinced Ryan Reynolds is his savior and his lucky charm. Now with that, we really do just have Ben Mendelsohn and Ryan Reynolds as the front and center. There are a few small supporting characters, but it's really their story. Ben Mendelsohn, who if you're not familiar with, you really should get familiar with. He's a fantastic Australian actor who came to fame from the Australian drama Animal Kingdom and has since been seen in Place Beyond the Pines, Dark Knight Rises. He's a fantastic actor. He plays the lead role here, and he's just so warm and endearing and sweet, and really gives the character the heart necessary to really ride along with him throughout this whole movie. And on the other side of that coin, we have Ryan Reynolds, who everybody, I would imagine, should know, who has been honestly making some very interesting shifts in his career, going towards smaller movies and movies that are not big budget fares that he has had most of his career up until now. Same with Mississippi Grind. I would argue this is some of his most interesting work, his most warm work, his most passionate work. He's very, very charismatic and smart and funny, as he always is, but with, and here comes one of my favorite words, bringing a nice bit of depth to his character and really making you feel for the guy the same way. This is a movie that has a lot of heart, a lot of warmth, a lot of heart. Now, any sort of advertisement you might have seen for the movie has been pegging it as a bit of a road trip movie or more of a gambling type movie, but I would actually liken it more to a very sweet, heartfelt sort of character study, as the two characters kind of play, like I said before, the two sides of the same coin, and the movie plays off of the gambling aspect, really showing truthfully what these guys need, what they've been lacking, and what they can learn from each other. The script is really nice and giving just enough detail to give each of the characters a bit more dimension and more reason to root for them and know them along the way. Yeah, it's just nice, tender, and sweet. I've just been in the mood for recommending something like that. Lots of heavy things going on, lots of heavy feelings all the time, and this movie's very real, very honest, while still being sweet and warm and human. So that's it, you guys. I think that's it. Not much more to say about it. I saw it a few weeks ago. Mississippi Grind. Ben Mendelsohn and Ryan Reynolds, both very, very good. Anybody who's seen Half Nelson would definitely like it. It's just a tender little movie about people trying to figure it out and people bumping into each other out here in the world. You can find it at Redbox. It's very good. Super great movie time for the Great Big Picture Show. I'm Spencer Howard Belden. Don't forget to like Facebook page, share any videos I have. Follow me on Twitter. I've had Twitter for a bit now. And subscribe here on YouTube. That'd be great. Have a good day. Have a good night. And please go hug someone.